And just like that, things change. Bryson Graham has made his first official free agent signing by signing the returning Zach Collins to the team. I know this is going to get some reactions from Bulls fans as, of course, some Bulls fans wanted to see a different signing, and Zach Collins has his detractors in the Chicago Bulls community. But nonetheless, they signed a solid backup center. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, the Chicago Bulls have now officially re-signed Zach Collins. He's returned to the Chicago Bulls on a 2-year, $17 million deal. This is not a bad deal at all. I know there are going to be some people that complain about this deal, but Zach Collins is a perfectly suitable backup big man. Like, he's not great. He's not, but he stepped up and been played solid. The problem with Zach Collins isn't the play when he's on the court. It's that he hasn't been on the court often. That's the biggest problem with Zach Collins. Zach Collins is a perfectly serviceable big man. He can play out in transition. He can pass. He can shoot the three a little bit. He plays big. He rebounds the ball well. He's not really a rim protector, but he does play solid defense as well. Like, again, this is a perfectly okay contract. $8.5 million per season for a solid backup big man. When we just talked about guys like Robert Williams III just got $14 million. Jock Landale, who he does stretch the floor a little bit more, he just got $14 million. So the fact that the Bulls got him at 2 years, $17 million deal, listen, as several rumored backup center targets came off the board, this makes sense. It's not the headline chasing move. You're not going to win the press conference with this, but again, as we just talked about when we were just live, the Bulls don't need to make a panic signing or a signing to try to win the social media reaction. They need to make a functional signing that makes sense to where they are. The value on this contract is really good. 2 years, it gives the Chicago Bulls really good flexibility. It means that Zach Collins' contract is going to come off the books at the same time as Buzelis needs his extension. That's great. $17 million isn't at $8 million per. The Bulls still have 22-ish million still left. That could go to Norman Powell or something like that. I think when you look at what the backup centers in the league have gotten just in the last 24 hours, this is a really solid move. This also keeps Zach Collins easily movable if you need to move him. $8.5 million contract is easy to move. It's easy to include in trades. If it's a larger trade, this is the kind of contract that doesn't break your cap sheet, and that matters with the rebuilding team. The roster is in such flux at all. It doesn't affect any of that. So I got to disagree. And again, Howie in here just like this is the biggest bitch in all of Bulls community right now. Howie just complains and just likes to bitch to be seen. And this is what people don't be like Howie. Don't be a dumbass bitch. Don't be like him. His mama raised her favorite daughter as a son. Don't be like him because he's stupid. Like, don't be like people like this. Zach Collins is solid. And now the fact that he's playing behind a guy like Nic Claxton, it's a solid move. It's not going to make or break anything. It's a solid move. He needs to keep his ass healthy. That's the thing he's going to have to do. Zach Collins is going to have to stay fucking healthy. If he does not stay healthy, this deal can go from a deal that looks reasonable to a bad deal. He has to keep his ass on the basketball court. And that's the biggest thing. Like I said, the biggest thing in this deal is not the money. It's not when he's on the basketball court. It's the fact that he's not on the basketball court as much as you need him to be. That's what you have to have in regards to this one. So, it's a veteran presence in the locker room. Like I've told you guys, typically for the Chicago Bulls or for developing teams, you want about 30% of your minutes to go to players older than 25. That equates to about 100 minutes a game that you want to go to those other players. Now you're going to have an opportunity. Zach Collins is going to be one of those guys that has the opportunity to earn that role. So you have Nic Claxton. You got Zach Collins. I still think you need another depth piece here as well. You got 2 more roster spots open now. And I think what this says about again, this highlights what Bryson Graham has said about flexibility. You are maximizing flexibility in this one. With other targets off the board, you're now looking at this to maximize the flexibility. It's not a long deal. It's not a bad deal. You get the flexibility in regards to that one. He just has to stay his ass on the court. If Zach Collins plays 60-plus games, it's over the next 2 years, or each of the next 2 seasons, not just 60 games combined for 2 years, then it's good. This now puts the focus on the shooting guard. The shooting hole still matters in regards to this one. That's what still matters. So I think when you look at it, like this now allows the focus to be on that. So when you look at Norman Powell, still a guy that's out there potentially. Felt like a sneeze was coming. You look at a guy like Norman Powell, of course, that brings some shooting. It's coming now. It keeps coming and leaving. Bryce Sensabaugh still like Case and Wallace. You can go after trade targets, stuff like that. So now this allows them to focus. Benedict Mathurin is interesting because he's young. He's going to want to get paid, and he's not really a shooter, and he's not really a defender. Now, taking a shot on the talent, especially if it's a reasonable price after what happened with the Clippers, I can't really fault Bryson Graham if that's what he wants to do, so I'm not going to fault him for that. But I still don't look at that and say that, the Bulls check the box for getting some big depth here. That's what it comes down to. They check the box. Now, you still need your shooting. You still need to go out there and find your shooter. You need that. If you don't find the shooting guard, it's going to be a problem, right? So you still need to add some shooting. I'm okay with the big depth here. Jalen Smith's going to play some center as well. I know people are going to say, but Noah Essengay's 7 feet tall now. He's still like 202 pounds. Like, it's going to be difficult for him to play center. But now, as of right now, this could change. You got Nic Claxton, you got Zach Collins, you got some Jalen Smith who's going to play a little bit of center too, some small ball 5. So your center rotation could be solid. And what those guys bring are all varying in different skill sets as well, which is really good. You can go to your bullpen, pull out what you need in regards to that one, and keep building it. But now, go out there and find your shooting guard. Go out there and find that shooting guard. Go out and find that shooting. And then after that, I think you can make that somebody said my Kawhi tweet. That's hilarious. After that, you can go – that Kawhi tweet was wild. You can go out there and find your shooter and keep adding and building to what this team is missing and what they need. And that's really it, right? So solid move by Bryson Graham. This isn't one of those moves that I think anybody should complain about when it comes down to it. And we'll see what happens there. So with that said, now the Bulls get to go out and try to use the rest of their money to see what they're going to get. This deal could be used part of the mid-level exception, but then again, you can only use the mid-level exception if you use all your cap space. Otherwise, the Bulls have the room exception. So that's probably what Will means is the room exception. The room exception is $9 million. So that's probably what they mean. So that's probably what the Bulls are using to re-sign Zach Collins. That does make a lot of sense to get that in there. And hey, it is what it is. Like, perfectly functional signing, not a great signing, not a bad signing. Go out there and get it done, and we'll figure out what comes next after this. So, but I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying for a while that Nick Richards or Zach Collins could end up coming back for the Chicago Bulls, and now we know that is Zach Collins. But make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode or an upload. You can follow us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.